Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the call. I don't know who's going to be on the call live or who's going to be joining and listening later, but whenever it is, my name's David Cutler, and I'm going to give you an update today on Avazu and Ripple. It's the first week of April, which is Saturday the 5th. And 2025, make sure everyone knows the dates. And what we're going to do is go through today some of the stuff, what's going to or is going to happen or is happening right now currently, as well as what we're looking forward to this month. Now, folks, we've backed off on doing all the calls because we just don't want to take your time up. We certainly don't want to tell you things that are just not happening. That's no point in just doing that. It's just a sign of madness, keep repeating everything again and again. However, on each of the months, what I will be doing is updating you this next month, which will be May. And then on June, on the first Saturday, we're expecting and hoping that we'll have the okay to go live. Now, right now, we're about 90% on everything we need to do to get actual live and go live. The 10% we're waiting for most probably is where we got to integrate several things in a live environment. But however, the big hiccups right now is we're waiting on some legal opinions. And legal opinions, not only are they not cheap, they're also not exactly very fast in what they do. We're definitely struggling with some of the attorneys trying to get a legal opinion. So what I'm going to do today is going to go through both companies, Avazu, as well as Ripple. So you guys have got it. This whole call, I wouldn't think it'd be more than 15 minutes, but I'm happy to answer any questions. Q&A we used to do on Saturdays, and we used to have a lot of fun on them. And I'm happy to answer any questions. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out or put the questions down. I will do that. Sylvie's set the call up for me, but unfortunately she's not able to make it on the call. And I believe Kirk and Jim are doing some things this weekend. However, I'm here, so you got me today, and I'll answer any questions I have. So feel free to put them up there, good, bad, or ugly. I'll answer them. You should know me by now. For all those of you who've been sending in different requests or emails or messages or whatever in reference to health issues with me, I'm getting better. I'm getting things under control with my lupus, which means I'm not getting affected, and I'm down a tremendous amount of weight considering, because they said I need to lose weight, which is, I've always been told that. So lost about 44 pounds in 6 months. So that's actually helping with my lupus as well. So I'm on the right track and I'm eating more healthy. So thank you for all your wishes and prayers, everybody. I appreciate it very, very much. Right. I will be going to Europe, most probably, I'm going to say before the end of April, and I most probably will be there for a couple of months, spending time in the UK, helping out with some things that I got to go on in my family, which I don't think you know. My father passed away, so I will still be very active. The only difference is we might be doing some different times on calls to make it easier for everybody. All right, so let's get into the beef and the nuts and bolts of what's going on. So I got to look at my cheat sheet because I do have a lot of things to go over. And again, I just want to make sure any of you are watching this, pass the word, get the word out to people to rewatch it whenever they get a chance. It won't be that long and it won't be that boring, hopefully. All right, so first of all, let's talk about Avazu. So over this month, there's going to be a lot of pushes going on, where we're changing things in actual code. We're going from some old style code to some new style code, and we're going to be making them changes, which means there are going to be some ups and downs with our website, the CRC, and posting. For those of you who are still doing postings, yes, you're still getting the free entries. No, we don't change the banners like we used to. We know things have dropped off. At the same time, we're not that concerned about it because obviously we have a plan, a marketplace where we want to go to and how to do that. We've been involved in talking to some different companies about how to market and get the word out, knowing what the legal issues are. So because of the legal issues, which closed us down really marketing on advertising, subject to having necessary licensing, we've been looking at obviously taking the company and making it an NGO, a non-profit organization. And it's looking pretty good. I mean, I'm not saying we got a final results. We've most probably got 50% of the countries that we were marketing into have agreed that we can go ahead and do an NGO and we will not have any legal issues. So that's positive for us. We just got to figure out the rest of it to make sure all the rest of it is up and going. So that's, we're going to make sure if we can switch it all to a non-profit, it's solves so many problems. Now we are still selling tickets, guys. I mean, it's not a lot. We get a ticket here and then 3 or 4 tickets another day and things of that nature. So those of you who are still posting and spreading the word, great, thank you. But just remember, this month there are going to be some changes on the sites, on the platform, and of course, you guys don't know yet, but we've rebuilt the app completely. The new app is 5 stars. Okay, there is no doubt about it. It is far superior than what we had before, as in easy, as into posting. It's got all kinds of tracking in there. It's going to be really helpful for you. And I mean, a bunch of stuff's been added to it, but we've simplified it. It's faster for third world countries or when you got slow internet, and it's going to be a lot more helpful for you. So the new app is awesome. We have not submitted it yet in for approval. We do know that's a 3-week process to get it approved. So at the moment, we're still using the existing app, what's out there, and we'll keep using that until we're ready to switch things over. Then we'll go for the approval because there will be a close down time for that. So once that happens, guys, we'll be able to post in a lot more places. It won't be just things like LinkedIn or Facebook. There'll be multiple different channels, obviously multiple different banners, obviously the business's opportunity, which is going to pay everybody commissions as well. So eventually when you start posting them and businesses pick up on them, it will track them back to you, so you get that commission. So you're not even have to worry about contacting businesses. People that contact and hit you on your link and sign up automatically is going to track you, so you get your commissions on that. And that'll be the business opportunities of what want to put the business model out. We're also working with some third-party companies on white labeling our technology for helping them, so they'll have some banners. So you might start seeing things that you say, well, that looks familiar. I've been there, done that kind of thing. And that's where we've white labeled our posting system out to different companies. Now we've had to do this for a couple of reasons. Number one, we don't want to waste the opportunity of all the time and effort we put forward in writing the code, making this process work, and then just not being able to use it. And the second reason is we need to generate some income because our attorneys are just eating us up. For example, just the IP protection internationally, worldwide, is over $80,000. Okay, that's just what attorneys want to do it. So to generate the additional income, what we've done is obviously come up with some ideas or creative ideas on what to do. And one of those things is we're white labeling our process on how you can post from the app, and we're providing apps from. So that's pretty exciting that we're doing that. We're seeing our product being used, and it's also a great way to test at the same time as make some income. So the app, we're getting 5 stars with the legal opinion on the NGOs. We're hoping to have that back this month. They told us they would have it back to us by the end of April. If we get a green light on that, what will happen is immediately the so many things change. Okay, first of all, we don't need a gaming license. That means it changes the merchant account. We have an opportunity now to reach out to all kinds of different ways. It'll be a donation, and then before the donation, you receive a free ticket. So it's very simple to what we have today, okay, where you now would spend $20 for a ticket, $50 for a ticket, $100 for a ticket. What would happen is you make a $20 donation, a $50 donation, a $100 donation, and you would get a ticket in reward for it. And that's the tricky thing. We're trying to make sure that we're not getting caught in a legal problem that says, hey, you're just really disguising gambling. So it's all about wording, it's all about attorneys, it's all about people putting it the correct way, that you receive, you make a donation, and for that donation you receive something. So that's what they're working on, guys. If we get the green light, this thing, in my opinion, after 20 years now, this is what we're at. This would be a done deal, because at that time, as a non-profit, we get accepted by so many different people, from celebrities to corporations to government agencies around the world. So yeah, we're excited about it. It does take away from a lot of things that we're trying to do. We're going to have to remodify some of the payouts that we've got in place at the moment. And what I mean there, like we've got promotions on $1 million here and promotions on $1 million there. All them things most probably going to have to be changed, so you're aware of it. This is most probably the only bad news I've got for you. the actual prize that would stay because it's still just like a church raffle. But having things where people sign up X amount of people and get $1 million or a reward program, they are things that are questionable right now, because are we doing something to entice people to be involved in gaming that really and truthfully we're just trying to shout it around a non-profit? So it's a little bit more tricky than perhaps some of you think, but that's why it's costing us the money to get where we need to do. The new code that we're riding in is obviously, in technology, things change on a pretty well daily basis, but we are moving forward in everything with the new code written, which is recognized today, which is simplifying and making things so much easier. Now we have the plans approved for our office. So we got the engineer in, we met with the engineer and the architects. They redesigned the 9,000 square feet of additional office space and a bunch of racks that we've got to have in the warehouse. That's all got approved. Now, before you say it, did we take the office? No, we have not yet taken the office for pretty well common sense reasons. If you haven't been on recent calls, there's an outstanding lien on the property that we cannot verify at the moment. They are working on it. The title, what we call a title company, which is when you do a closing in the US, you send everything off to a title company and they do research and they find out there was a lien. There was a lien put on this property back when it was built from the contractor or the subcontractor who was doing all the concrete work. And unfortunately, he did not get paid, and that person has got a lien against it. The problem is that individual has now gone out of business over the years. It was built back 15, 18 years ago, I think it was. And unfortunately, that building, they're trying to get this lien released. So it's not a simple thing. That's also a court situation, not on our end by the actual seller. It's worked in our favor. God does things in ways I'll never explain. I don't think you guys will. We needed some time. We didn't want to get into a big office expense and several thousands of dollars a month in a payment. $15,000 a month in a payment, and then not be doing business. So it's really weird how this has all happened for us. But we did move forward. We got the architects, we got the engineers, we went in, we met with them, they've done the drawings, we submitted them drawings in, and we have what they call a preliminary approval on us taking ownership. In other words, we wanted to find out, can we do the work anyway? And they said, yes, we can. Here's the plans. They are approved for us, subject to us owning the building. Then we can make the change and do the building. So it's about 9,000 square feet. I think it's actually 9,600 square feet of additional office space to what we have. And then there are racks that are going to be in the back that will hold all of the items that we need for Ripple and the auction that we would send out. So guys, that's really about it on Avizu. I think I've kind of got you covered where you're at. So I'll quickly recap. Oh no, we're working on a new CRC. The CRC is going to be pretty cool, actually, guys. Instead of having it as a plug and play, as we call them, we're designing it from ground up because we've had some extra time. So we are hoping by the time we launch, there will be a new CRC. But what's going to be nice about the CRC, and this is actually, I like this, it's going to be a community that's going to cover Ripple players as well as Avizu and additional approved individuals that come onto there. So there's going to create a lot of excitement in there that will be part of the non-profit world or the NGOs around the world. So we're kind of excited about that, where that's going, guys, just so you know. I don't expect anything quick on the CRC. I expect that to be most probably over the next couple of months, but I'll update you more on that one here on the first week of May. So again, basically, everything has just been going really, really into the code side, re-updating things, waiting on legal opinions, but moving forward as much as we can. Right, let's switch over to Ripple right now. So Ripple, we did get another 5 more new advertisement commitments. Of course, the reason I use commitment, guys, is we don't take money until we know we're ready. So at the moment, we're up to 11 advertisement commitments each month. The smallest advertisement is $25,000, by the way, and the largest one right now is $100,000 a month. So we've got 11 people that are going to pay advertisement dollars. So you might say, well, how does that work? That money then goes into the products unless there's any commissions or something got to be paid on the advertisers. But whatever's left over goes into the products that we're going to give away on the site, rather than paying a click-through that originally was going to be a click-through process for everything. It's not on our advertisers. So anybody that pays on our advertisers, they don't pay for that. They pay a set fee each month, and that set fee then goes into product, which is given out on the auction site so people can use it. Any other advertisers that come in, which is what we are calling the smaller advertisers, the people that can only afford, $500 a month, $200 a month, small businesses, whatever it may be. Remember, this is all location driven. So now what can happen is, if you're in a particular town and this town, and if you missed a couple of calls or you're not aware of what's happening, let's say in a particular town, you got a lot of homeless people, but in another town, they don't allow homeless. Well, we might focus on getting the homeless people, clean clothes, places to shower, places to wash, some food to eat, medical things, whatever it may be. Where if you're in a town that, say, doesn't allow homeless, you wouldn't be running advertisements for those individuals to do it. So we've actually isolated now, so it's all driven under location. So the different ads that can come on. So them ads might be from government ads. They could be from local businesses who want to help. And I'm just using homeless because it's a big crisis here in the US, which means if it's a crisis here in the US, it's also around the world. There's no doubt. And what happens is we can now focus our area. Now it could be advertisement on, say, animals. There's a problem with animals, or it could be a problem with senior citizens not getting their help and they need to get their AC fixed or their heating fixed or a roof fixed. So now we can design it around that area, which means we can bring down the advertisement cost. Just basically what I done, I said, well, let's look what's worked and worked successfully with other companies, and let's see how we can take that and put a twist to it to make it even a little bit better for us. So when you've looked at Google, which is one of the successful companies in the world, basically they charge a click through for advertising. So when they see it on Google and you click on that button, there's a click charge. We have designed that system, or in the process of designing that system, should I say, it's not completed yet, which will work for all small advertisers out there. They can pick their budget. They'll be able to go on and say, today I can afford $10 in advertising. Tomorrow I can afford $25. I can't do anything this weekend because I'm closed, but on Monday I can do $200. So they can set the whole calendar of what they want to spend each day and how they want to do it. And then the clicks will come up, and then in them games, even though the games will be worldwide, the advertising will be focused for that area to help the people. So people to be able to click on it, which means in your app, which you're not aware of yet, of the Ripple app, which you've only been using the platform, you'll be able to pick location, geographical areas, which will eliminate areas where you don't perhaps want to make your donation to. So again, if you're an American football company organization that is you like watching NFL and you really love, say, Tampa Buccaneers, like I'm a fan of Tampa Buccaneers, I can focus on stuff to generate my points going to that organization, rather than, say, maybe Man United or Chelsea, a soccer club back in the UK, which is how I grew up. So we're really defining it now. So when you're going into the app, you'll be able to put your location in, and you don't have to be in your country. So it doesn't say, okay, now you got to be directly in Las Vegas, and you're going to be the Raiders, which is the Raiders football team. No, I can live here in Las Vegas, but I can support the Tampa Buccaneers, which is obviously in Tampa, Florida, which now allows me to go and see their advertisements in that area that I click on. I get my points get divided, and then points go to their auction or their foundation or whatever they're doing. So guys, we've really put a lot of time laying that all out. Now this, obviously I'm talking me, Las Vegas, but now you got to put your mindset in it. It doesn't matter if you're somebody in the Carolinas that's just going through all these storms, or if you're somebody in the world, like the typhoon, the earthquake that happened out in Thailand. Now you can actually put your energy and remember, you're getting rewarded for your stuff. So it don't matter. Your points are coming to you for your auction. So you can go onto the auction site and get whatever you want at any time. Okay. But your help, your giving back is going to be given to where you want to focus it on, whether it's people in Thailand. So, you see these advertisements come up, please make a donation for cancer, or please make a donation for a pet animal, or make a donation for a typhoon or hurricane. Well, some people don't want to do that because it doesn't affect them or somebody they know. But now you'll be able to pinpoint that inside the app with Ripple and say, okay, well, I'm going to play and my donations are going to go towards this cause. So that's kind of pretty cool. So we have that all in place. So again, we got 11 advertisers that are completely committed so far. We've got our IP's address covered here in the US. And the reason we're still waiting, it's a bunch of attorneys. Again, this is where we got all these fees we have to pay for international IP protection, intellectual property protection around the world. They are working around the world. Obviously, there are a lot of countries in the world, so we have to do a lot of different protection. We're not going to let this thing go. Yeah, we've waited a long time, but in our eyes, it's worth it. Nobody else has it out there, even though some of the concepts may be a little bit different that people are using. But bringing this together where somebody can literally be starving with food but have a phone, can jump on a phone and can turn around and playing a game that they enjoy, or playing one of the board games, or other things that they can do, which we're not going to get into right now on this call, inside the app. They're going to get points. They're going to get a coupon. Actually, it's not a coupon. It's a QR code. They take the QR code and they walk into a restaurant or a McDonald's or whichever's one of the advertisers, and they scan that QR code and they get something to eat. Or they're going to scan that QR code and get something from Walmart's, which, could be a shirt, could be a pair of socks, it could be food, whatever. So guys, this is unique. We're working on it. It's only us, as far as I know, that has it around the world. So we want to make sure it's well protected, and that's what we're doing. So guys, that's really where you're at. I didn't know it's about 25 after 9 coming up now here in Las Vegas, 25 after 12. I've kind of spent a little bit more time on the Abazu side because that's the high point right now. We can't do a lot more with Ripple until we get back, obviously, the IP, so we can then go into the test mode. But guys, apart from that, it's been a good month all around for what we're doing. Keep up the good work, keeping the CRC. If you've got any questions, I will look right now. Actually, Sylvie joined me. Sylvie, hi, babe.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, and how's the family?
It's okay. Still raining a lot. Although the weather has changed a lot since some time.
Oh wow! Well, just keep her safe down there, and let me and you have a chat. If you get time this week, give me a call directly on Tuesday or Wednesday in the afternoon.
Okay.
Cool. Well, it's good to see you. Do we have any questions or anything from anybody?
No question. Just like Julie who said that the supporters link still doesn't work in the new app. But
they're not on the new app. They don't have access to the new app. So you mean on the old app, the supporters link is not working?
Yes.
Okay.
Roy is already
aware of it.
He knows. Yes, he knows.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll follow up on him. I mean, I've had him pretty busy doing other stuff, laying out, what we're doing with the new apps and the new CRC center. But I will follow up with him as soon as I get off this call and see what we can do.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you. All right, guys. Well, for the rest of you around the world, thank you very much for your patience. I know hopefully you'll get this out to some people. We'll get some people come on. But there's your update for you. Of course, some of you reach me directly, and whenever I can, I respond as quick as I can. I'm still working just as diligently as I've been. I don't know what an 8-hour day is. I only seem to know what a 16-hour day is, so I'm always available. But if I'm tied up, guys, please give me time to get back to you. Don't just do it. Don't expect a quick answer like in 5 minutes. It takes me a little bit of time. Apart from that, guys, keep up the posting, keep up doing what you're doing. I think our direction as we're moving forward, again, I always believe in the way Lord directs us. Everything which is a negative actually is a positive in the world. You just got to see which positive track it is. Getting delayed, no advertisement. We end up with Ripple. With Ripple, we've ended up with going back to Abazu and making an NGO, a non-profit organization, which was our desire from day one. All these things kind of change. So if you haven't listened to the whole call, pop back on and listen to it. Share the link with people. And And I thank you. And I will see you on another live call on the first Saturday of the next month, which is May. So till then, guys, all of you be healthy, be blessed. Please don't forget about the neighbor, the loved ones, the people that don't have what you have. Maybe you can help them out, whether it's a little dollar here and there or just a helping hand to help them up. But whatever it is, please do your part. And we look forward to talking to you next month. Please take care. God bless to all of you. Appreciate it. See you then. Bye-bye.